Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're enjoying your weekend as I am. So, want to go over with, in my opinion, the top 5 reasons why you should not move to Belize. There's a lot of people that, like I said, they come here for a short period of time and they want to move here. They go back, they sell everything, they come here, and then they figure out these things the hard way. So I figured I'd just pretty much give it to you. What you hear a lot from the people that have moved here, these are, in my opinion, these are some of the top 5 reasons that they end up leaving and going back. So we're going to start with number 5, which would be shopping. If you're a mall shopper, if you like the high-end items, the Fendi, the Gucci, the, what have you, the posh items, if you like being able to go to one store and get everything you need and not have to go to any others, not drive around endlessly looking for products, not having to get on Facebook and ask Facebook world where you can find something, then you shouldn't move to Belize, because I can tell you right now that that's a big thing that you have to learn how to, I don't even know what the right word is. You have to learn how to kind of just fade into that and let the shopping experience from wherever you came from go when you come to Belize, because it is night and day. It is not going to be the same. I don't mind it. I actually prefer it. It's just a simpler way. So, like I said, if you like the shopping malls and that kind of thing, a lot of people have gone back to where they moved from simply for that reason. So that was number 5. Number 4 is going to be if you don't like rain or if you don't like dust. Because let me tell you what I've learned living in here in Belize, and it's something that I had to get used to. You're either going to have 6 months of rain and then you're going to have 6 months of dust. There really is no in between. This year was a really, really bad dry season, and it just seemed like it was never going to end. There was absolutely no rain. There was dust everywhere. And now that we're in rainy season, the rain started June. We are in August. I'm inland, but I can absolutely tell you, since June began, there has not been one day that we have not had rain. And at times it will keep you in all day. So if you can't deal with staying indoors because it's pouring down rain all the time, or you don't like the rain or nothing to do with it, and you can't be in really dusty weather, don't come to Belize. Do not move to Belize, because you are going to have both of them, and there's no way to get out of it. It is either going to be dusty or it's going to be rainy. I grew up in a tropical climate. I'm pretty much used to it. It took me used to getting to how wet or how dry Belize is compared to where I came from. It's a completely different monster here in Belize with the rain and with the dust during dry season. So that was number 4. Number 3 is going to be if you don't like extreme heat and if you don't like to sweat. Belize gets hot. And when I tell you it gets hot, it gets hot. This year, it broke records. When I tell you that people were running their ACs full blast and it was not helping, it was that hot. It was so hot, the shade was looking for shade. It was that hot this year. It was extremely, 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 extremely hot. Hot, hot, hot. So if you can't handle the heat, man, let me tell you what. And the sweat is going to come with the heat. Now, your body may get used to acclimated to the heat after a while, to where you don't sweat as much. But if you're not used to the heat, or you come from a climate where you don't have a lot of heat, or even if you come from somewhere where you have dry heat is a lot different than here in Belize, which is humid heat. It's a wet, heat, meaning you will sweat. When I'm telling you, there's some mornings you'll come out at 7 a.m. and you'll be sweating, I'm not kidding. A lot of people go back because of that too, because they're not used to it, and it takes a while to get acclimated. For instance, I moved up to Washington State. I was living outside of Spokane maybe 25 years ago, and I came from the South, and it took my body almost 2.5 years to acclimate to how cold that it got up there. And it was a dry cold, plus where I was used to being from, it was a wet heat, and Washington is a dry heat. So that really sent my body into shock. So if you can't handle heat and you don't like sweating, don't move to Belize. That's one thing that people leave for. There is absolutely no way to get away from that. Which is going to bring me to number 2, which is a big one that a lot of us living here learned this year. If you can't go without power for a day, sometimes for 8 hours a day, for 3, 4, 5 days in a row, if you can't handle going without power, where you're going to lose internet, where if you are on the grid, but you have a water pump that supplies water to your house, so not only are you losing power, you're going to lose water. A lot of people learn that this year, just how dependent you can become when you're on grid power. And Belize had a really bad situation this year with the power. And it really, to be honest with you, it hasn't got any better, and they keep building, and we haven't heard of any more infrastructure being done to the power grid. So heat, AC, more buildings, more AC. It's going to happen again this year. So if you can't go without power, if you can't lose power without losing your mind, don't move to Belize, because you will lose power. People left this year because they got fed up with not having power, especially the people that work remotely. They got fed up, and some of them left. So that is another reason. Now, my number one reason since I've been here that I constantly see people ask questions about, or when they get here, they're completely freaked out about. The biggest reason, in my opinion, of course, these are just my opinions from my own experience, from what I've seen, from what I hear people talking about. The number one reason that people leave Belize after moving here is because if you don't like insects or creepy crawlies or things that crawl in the night, do not move to Belize. You are going to deal with scorpions. You're going to deal with tarantulas. And let me tell you what, the scorpions, they are slick. It doesn't matter what you do. You can build your house out of steel. These things are slick, and I don't know how they do it. I think they have magic carpets or something, but they will get inside of shoes. You have to check everything that you leave outside. And at nighttime when I'm going to the bathroom, I even look down on the floor, because we've had that happen here. I still get scorpions out of the house. Tarantulas, you will find some big tarantulas, especially at night. There's nothing more pleasant than walking out on your deck at night and seeing a spider that, is pretty much looking back at you, daring you. So if you can't handle spiders, termites and the flood flies, when the rainy season comes, when it first rains, they swarm. You can't handle having bugs on you. And I already did a video about this. Look it up. The Belize flood fly / termites. They are everywhere, and they will get in every crevice that you have, including inside of your vehicle when it's completely shut. They will fly in through your AC system. Roaches, Belize has roaches. You will run into roaches, all different kinds of roaches. I've seen the big ones that you have in the States, but I've also seen little brown ones, little green ones. They're just roaches. So Belize does have roaches, and when it rains, they do come out. Mosquitoes. Man, let me tell you what, I was used to dealing with mosquitoes in the South. I have never in my life dealt with mosquitoes that attack you during the day. And I learned that in Placencia, in Maya Beach. mowing the grass in the middle of the day. I kid you not. They were on me. I don't know if there's something in my blood, but they will literally attack you in the middle of the day. It's not a dusk to dawn, or excuse me, at dusk and at dawn with mosquitoes. It's all day, all night. When they're breeding and there's a lot of water on the ground, you are going to get attacked. So you have to be careful, because with mosquitoes, malaria, other kinds of diseases. Soldier ants. If you've never experienced soldier ants, they are... Whew. Soldier ants is like no other ant that I've come up across. And I've literally seen insects by the hundreds trying to get out of wooded areas to get away from these ants, because they just pretty much blanket the floor like a carpet, and they attack every single thing that they come across. They are looking for food, and they come through and they leave. I was fortunate enough to get bit by some of these, and let me tell you what, man, they hurt. They absolutely hurt. No-see-ums. If you're going to be living on the coast, you think mosquitoes are bad. You know those little pictures they put up with the no-see-ums with all them teeth? Man, Belize has some of the worst no-see-ums I've ever dealt with in my life. I mean, I've gone running inside before because of no-see-ums. And there's a whole list that goes on of insects and creepy crawly things. And in my opinion, that is the #1 reason why people leave. Because when they get here, they're not expecting to deal with insects that are here. Especially, like I said, scorpions is a big one. Scorpions is a big one. Nobody likes a scorpion. It's not like if you see a spider, you know, and you kill it, you know that one's not going to be back. Normally, scorpions hang in packs. If you see one, chances are there's a few more hiding in the area somewhere. Plus, like I said, you know, you got to check your shoes. You got to check your folded jeans. I've actually had one inside of the coffee pot. Thank God, for whatever reason, I actually decided this morning to look inside where I pour the water to see if it was stained where I needed to run bleach through it yet. And I looked in there, and lo and behold, there was a scorpion in there. I've gotten used to them. I've been around them before. Not like the ones in Belize. There were little ones in the south. Belize has some pretty big scorpions. So yeah, those are my top 5 reasons. So it's going to be insects and creepy crawlies, power outages, the heat and the sweat, the rain and the dust, and if you like to shop and you're a mall type of person. If any of those 5 you're a diehard about, don't move to Belize. Belize is not the place for you. Hopefully, you guys got some information out of this. Some more information to put in, it's more information to put in your pocket. Thanks for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the share button. It gets these videos out there so more people can see it, and it helps me. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a blessed one.